Hello friends, this is Arjun Singhar from the Department of Industrial Engineering and Management, RV College of Engineering. In today's lecture, we will be discussing about the basic concept of what leadership is. So before I get on to what leadership is, a brief introduction about management. So what is management? Management is an art of getting the work done through people. So this is the very basic definition of management. So if you would want to emphasize more on that, what is it? It's about integrating all the resources together, right? And what could be the resources? As you know, you remember the 4 M's, right? Men, money, material, and machine. So it's very important that you bring all these resources on a common platform. With the help of people, you get the work done. You accomplish your task. You utilize the resources very optimally, which also talks about efficiency, and in the end, you attain the goal, which talks about effectiveness. So, how do you utilize all these resources? So, the most important resource that is required here is getting the work done through people. So, whenever people are involved in work, you need a manager, you need a leader to take those people forward along with all these resources to get the work done. So that's where you have the most important concept, which is leadership. So, what are the essential requirements for a person to be an efficient leader so that in the end he can be an effective leader? Meaning, he will utilize all the resources well, which talks about his efficiency, and in the end, he would attain the goal, which talks about his effectiveness. So, what are the ingredients that are required? There are two of them. One is a leader should be able to influence his subordinates, and at the same time, we all know that at organizations we lack motivation. Sometimes we are not so very self-driven to get the work done. So then we sometimes depend on the leader for motivation. So this is where a leader plays a very key role. So leadership is nothing but being able to arouse that interest in his subordinates. Meaning he is being able to influence his subordinates, at the same time motivate him so that he could be enthusiastic, persistent at the same time, and sustainable at the longer period of time, so that he will be able to get the work done. So this is the basic definition of leadership. But however, we need to understand that there are various leadership styles that are available on a platter, that you can pick any one of these leadership styles according to the given situation. So what are these leadership styles? So even before we look into the leadership styles, there are two functionalities of a situation that exists. What are those? One is being relationship oriented, and the other one is being task oriented. Right? So how do we differentiate this task and relationship with the given situation? This I'm going to demonstrate with the basic leadership styles. You see that there are 4 leadership styles, right? Delegating, supporting, directing, and coaching. So as a leader, you can either be completely relationship oriented. So what is this relationship oriented? Meaning you are focused more on the people, building relationship networks with people, taking care of their interests, being empathetic, completely with respect to the motivational phenomena. That is relationship. What is task? Task is nothing but you heard of the word, a task master, a task manager, meaning his main interest will be getting the work done, knowing the guidelines of the job, knowing the instructions regarding how to get the job done, the technicalities, the knowledge, the skill, the content of the job. So that is with regards to the task. So a leader can be exceptionally relationship oriented, or he can be task oriented, or he could be weak at both, or he could be strong at both. He might be having the relationship orientation also, he can be having task orientation also. So how does these functionalities have an impact on the leadership styles? Let's look at that. Now, for example, what would a leader do in a situation where he is very good at relationship but not very good with respect to the task of the job? Then he will look forward to having a style which is a supporting style, meaning he will look forward to support the employees emotionally, motivate the employees. That is with respect to being supportive of his subordinate if he is good at relationship orientation. Similarly, let's assume the leader is weak in relationship orientation but extremely strong in task content of the job, regarding the technical content of the job. Then he will look forward to direct the employee, influence the employee, giving him guidelines, directions and instructions about the technical content of the job, regarding how to go about doing the job. So that is, if he is good at this task, then he is going to be a directing kind of a leader. But suppose if you think a leader is good at both task and relationship functionalities of a job, then he can be a very good coach. Simply because he can also support, at the same time he can also direct. So coupling both directing and supporting will fetch you coach. So if a leader has to be an excellent coach, he has to be good in both relationship and task. But if a leader, you might have seen in organizations that leaders look forward to delegate most of the tasks to the people. That happens only if a leader is weak at relationship and task. Both of them, if he is weak, he will look forward to delegate. Now, converting the same leadership styles with respect to the situation where a subordinate is undergoing. Now, this was with regards to a leader. But if we convert the same into a situationship that an employee is undergoing, suppose if an employee is very good at task but very weak at relationship orientation, then a leader has to be supporting types. If a subordinate is very good with his relationship orientation but he is very weak with respect to the task content of the job, then a leader has to be a directing kind of a leader. Suppose a subordinate is weak at both task and relationship oriented, then a leader can be a coach. Suppose if a subordinate is extremely strong in both relationship and the task, leader then has the luxury of having a style of a delegating style of leadership. So this is where leader plays a key role. If he can understand the situation of the subordinate, in which situation does he belong to, whether is it relationship and task. That is why understanding the concept of relationship and task is very important. So if a leader gets to know his or her subordinate lies in which functionality of a job, whether it is task or relationship, then he can either be a supporting kind of a leader or a directing kind of a leader, or he can be an excellent coach. So this is the basic styles of leadership. So if a leader can incorporate all these styles, understanding these functionalities, then a leader will be able to influence and motivate the employees both efficiently and thereby leading to effectiveness, and he would have accomplished the task very well. So this completes the basic demonstration of these leadership styles. Thank you.